Hi and welcome. Thanks for joining us today on our first Starrett Metrology live stream. My name is Mark Arenall. I'm the General Manager of Starrett Kinematric, the Optical and Vision Metrology Group within Starrett. And today I'm joined by Greg Maish, my colleague here at Starrett Kinematric, our Engineering and Product Development Manager. And today we have two new products that we're pleased to introduce to you. Now, normally we would have done this at IMTS, but as everybody's aware, there's no IMTS this year. And we all have to find new ways to adapt and to do things, to introduce products, to sell products, and to meet. And so while IMTS will be taking place virtually, we wanted to give you an advance notice of these products. And that way we can give you the insight to see what's going on, and you can be prepared when we're ready to launch the products at IMTS. So today we're presenting this to you from our brand new, newly remodeled demo room that we have purpose-built to bring you live stream product demos, training, and webinars. So the products I'll be showing you today are the result of taking feedback from many of you and our end user customers in our process to continually improve our products and to improve their performance and their ability to solve our customers' key problems. These products are a result of that effort. So the first product that we're going to show you today is our new large format system, the AVX. This new AVX will replace the LF machine that we've had previously and is a step up from the current AV450 and 350 in many ways that Greg will demonstrate for you. The second product is an evolution of our AVR system with a larger field of view capacity and some enhanced features. So both of these systems are designed to optimize the versatility and measurement performance for our customers. So without any further delay, I'll go ahead and introduce Greg Maish, and he will show you the products. And Greg, can you take it away? Great.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mark. All right. What you see here is the AVX550. And you can see it's running through a measurement routine right now where it's actually using 3 different sensors in combination. So right now it's using a touch probe, but it's also using a zoom lens and a large field of view 0.14x telecentric lens. So you can see the build of this is a little bit different than our other machines. Instead of an XY stage stack, we actually have a Y stage by itself where you fixture your parts, and then an XZ gantry. This really allows us to modularize the machine, and it also helps with the the stability of the parts on the stage there. So we are getting the platform from our sister company, TrueStone. They make really good metrology platforms for a variety of folks, and we're really happy working with them as well here. So the difference in the specs here from what you may be used to on a similar machine such as a 450 is that the speed of the machine is quite a bit quicker. It's about 100 millimeters a second, up from right around 60 millimeters a second. So not quite twice as fast, but pretty close to twice as fast. And the travel is also quite a bit greater than the other machines as well. It's 550 millimeters in X, so that's 22 inches, 400 millimeters in Y, that's 16 inches, and 250 millimeters in Z, which is 10 inches, which is the most I think we've offered on any machine for a Z axis. So that gives you a measurement volume that's quite a bit greater than anything else we've offered. And if you actually use both lenses in combination, you can get a little bit more than that. So a little bit more than 650 millimeters even, if you're able to use both lenses in the same program. But the travel itself is limited to 550 millimeters. So one thing that we really wanted to focus on here was the lighting. So each optical axis has its own set of lighting that gets pulled up correctly in the UI, depending on which lens is selected. In order to change the lenses, it's as simple as going to the mags, which you may be familiar with in the zoom lens configurations, and you just select the 0.14 instead of one of the zoom mags, and it indexes to the other camera and shows it automatically, and the lights switch over correctly. All that's kept in the programming, so you can change light levels on either one of them. You can do touch probe changes. If you have a probe rack, you can do all that stuff. And we really think that the versatility of the system is what's going to lend itself well to our customers' needs. But yes, another thing that's really important to us is the collimated backlight. So in a lot of these gantry style systems, you don't have a backlight that's fully collimated. You have kind of what we call a pad light. The advantage of a fully collimated backlight is that you can do round measurements such as shafts, threads, gauge pins, that kind of stuff much, much better across a wider range of diameters. So those are all extremely accurate in those types of measurements. So the weight capacity of the stage is double that of the AV450, so it's about 50 pounds, up from 25. We may eventually be able to spec it a little higher than that, but we haven't taken it to breaking point yet since it's one of our first machines. So stay tuned on that. But initially, we're very convinced that 50 it's well more than 50 pounds. Yeah, so let me get into the modularity and the options of the machine here. So if we go to my screen here on the computer, I have pulled up a product matrix. And in this matrix, you'll see on the left-hand side a variety of different options here. And as you go across the right side, it'll show you which other options you can have in combination. So what we have here is a 0.14x lens on the right-hand side and a 12x lens on the left. We think this is a really sweet spot for a 2-lens configuration because you have a very big field of view on one and very good zooming capabilities on the other, which should cover a very wide range of products. As we go down here, you'll see you could also have a bayonet. So if you're familiar with the interchangeable bayonets in our AVRs and HDVs, you could have one of those in combination with a dedicated fixed lens. And yeah, you can basically almost any of these combinations are possible with a few exceptions of the 4th axis here, the step dome and the dark field, which may or may not be able to be used in combination with another lens depending on the size of it. So if you have questions there, type them in the chat and we can get with you about that. As mentioned before, this machine definitely has touch probing capabilities. It also has an option of a probe rack and also a rotary axis. So we're happy to offer the APT 200 and the APT 120, which are both direct drive rotaries that are very, very accurate. So 30 arc second accuracy. And yeah, so basically this matrix here should help everyone be able to configure these and order them to the customer's needs. One other thing I'll talk about is just the shipping of the machine. Although it's a big, heavy machine, it's about 1,400 pounds, it only requires a forklift and a pallet jack to get it to where it needs to go. That's how we've done it here, and it's been very simple to do. You can actually pick it up from any side and get it to where it needs to go with 2 people. So no problem there. But yeah, that about covers it for this machine. So please type any questions you have concerning it in the chat and we'll get to it. And I'll move on to the AVR 0.14x FOV. All right, and here we have the new AVR FOV. So this actually has the same lens as you just saw on the AVX, the 0.14x lens, has a 60 by 50 millimeter field of view, which is very big. You can see these parts are about 1 inch by 1 inch. You can see sort of multiples of them here in the field of view. This system functions almost exactly like any other AVR you've used, with the exception of you can't get, this is the only lens you'll get on this system. This is basically just another variation of the AVR. It looks a little different with the bigger cover, obviously. But yeah, in general, it works just like an AVR. However, what you can do here, which is nice that we haven't been able to do in some cases, well, not that we haven't been able to, it's just not as useful. But because of the big field of view and the part recognition part of the software, you can actually stitch a big area like this. So let's say somebody had a bunch of parts and they don't necessarily want to have to worry about how they fixture them. You can actually put the parts on in sort of any orientation on the stage and then stitch the entire stage together and then run a part recognition measurement routine on that stitched area, and it will find those parts and measure them all individually and then export the results wherever they need to go. So let's see that here. It's pulled up the part, it's datuming, and now it's running through and measuring them. So it's now measuring the top right, the bottom left, and the bottom right. So we think the easy use here is really nice. You can see here it is. So run 57, that was the first one at the top left there. Here's the data for that run. And yeah, 58, 59, 60, you can see them all there. So it'll go through that very quickly. And I think the easy use and its versatility for large field of view measurements is going to be really great here. This one also has a touch probe, which makes the Z measurements very, very accurate. That's one of the double-edged swords of a big depth of field, is that it's great for big 3D parts, but you can't really do a repeatable autofocus with it just because the depth of field is great, right? So what we've done here is included the touch probe so you can get those Z-axis measurements or any other kind of 3D measurements such as cones, spheres, cylinders, planes, any of that. And of course you can see it has a dome light, which is, we actually had that custom designed for us to give a very, very even top lighting option. So yeah, but in general, it's an AVR. If, you know, it's, yeah. So let me know if you have any questions about this. But yeah, we're very happy to introduce this to you all. And thank you very much. And I'll pass it back over to Mark so we can answer some questions.
Okay, great. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate that. So that was kind of a quick overview. We're expecting we're going to get a lot of questions, and we can also do more advanced deep dive demos for you as well based on requests. So we're trying to keep this a relatively short and concise program today just to get the introduction of the products out to everybody. We will also be rolling out product sheets for these. There's going to be an email blast going out to a large database that we've got. So there's going to be some interest that's going to be getting generated. We want to be able to share some of that content with you so that you have it to send out to your customers as well. We also be rolling out a new edition of our digital complete metrology optical and vision catalog. That's going to be coming out in the next couple weeks. So a lot of marketing materials to enable you to be able to reach out to customers and to present the products. So I think we've had a fair number of questions coming in on the chat. So we'll try to get to as many of them as we can. So I'll go through these, and I think these are of general interest. My teammate here has been scribing these for me so we can actually get these questions up and easy to respond to. So availability of the product, the AVX is 8 to 10 weeks ARO. And the AVR is 4 to 6 weeks ARO. And demo systems are available. So if you guys would like to take advantage of getting a demo system, we can certainly work with you on that. Another question is the computer cart included or can we use our own desk? So actually the computer cart is designed to be an option because we recognize with some other products we've had that people often request, can they use their own desk? And in this case, we've made it so that you can certainly use another desk and pull it up alongside of the AVX. So that is an option in the price list. Is there PDF documentation? As far as user manuals, those are in process and they will be PDF. As far as the promotional and marketing materials, yes, absolutely PDF documentation. I hope that answers that question. Is there a calibration grid? Yes, there is going to be a purpose-built calibration grid that is designed specifically for the AVX. The AVR uses the standard calibration grid plus special field of view grids to calibrate the optics. On the AVX, there's a question. Can both lenses be used in the same program? The answer to that is yes, both lenses can be used. So you can use the zoom in conjunction with the larger telecentric lenses. Lots of questions coming in here. I'll try to keep up with them. AVX, is the 0.14x interchangeable as a telecentric lens? No, unfortunately, that is a fixed lens. However, you have the ability to combine either the zoom lens with the 0.14 or the 0.14 with an interchangeable telecentric mount. Or you can go with the zoom lens and interchangeable telecentric lenses. So, but the 0.14 is a fixed mount lens. So hopefully that clears that up. Pricing for each, we're finalizing the price now, but just to give you a base price, on the AVX550. That's the base system is going to be configured as a zoom lens, 3 LED, no touch probe, no telecentric lens. So zoom lens only, 3 LED, complete system would be at just under 70,000. So 69,750, I believe, is the number that we're going to be introducing that product at. And then the options, the AVX.14 lens will be on top of that, and that's probably about a $10,000 ad. We'll have pricing for you being rolled out very soon, but those are pretty close numbers. The AVR.14 will be coming in at about 42K complete, no touch probe. Next question is the AVX all granite? So what we've got is we've got a granite base, we have granite uprights, and a granite beam. So the 3 main structural elements are granite. Yeah, so that's the granite components. So I think we have some more questions coming in. Yes, so the question is the LF product being phased out? Yes, it is being phased out. The AVX will be taking its place. And the other element, the LF was a great machine. It's a little bit on the pricey side. Plus it was designed around QC5000. So as I think all of you probably are aware, QC5000 has been discontinued. And so we are forging ahead using M3. And so this platform is designed purposely around the M3 software and motion control platform. So that's another big reason why we phased out the LF. AVRs not being phased out. So this is just an addition to the AVR product line. So all the existing models of the AVR are currently continue to still be offered. And we will be coming out with a new price list in the next month or so with all the updates that we're bringing to the product line. But you'll be able to get pricing on the AVX and quote templates in the next couple of days. So we'll have those ready for you. So the AVX is a mechanical bearing machine. Somebody's asking if AVX is air bearing. No, it's a mechanical bearing machine. We decided to go with mechanical bearings for a couple of reasons. We actually did a study on that. We did a survey. We asked people what their preference was. And we found that from a price and performance standpoint, that the mechanical bearings really were kind of optimum for our customer base. It's limited maintenance that way. And the cost is less by going with mechanical bearings. So we've chosen to go that way. So travel on the AVR, that's a 300 by 200 XY and 200 in the Z. So 8 by 12 by 8. Any other questions? I guess we covered it well. So while we're waiting for a couple more questions, I just want to thank our other colleagues in the room here that have helped put this together. Jerry Hiller, who's our regional product specialist for metrology out west, and CW Moran, on our marketing team, have been instrumental in being able to bring you this, this video feed and this live stream Zoom presentation. We'll get better at this. This is the first time that we're doing this, so we hope that this information has been helpful to you. We want to do these kind of things on a regular basis to continue to keep you informed and to be able to deliver content to you in a convenient fashion that is acceptable to everybody. Because as we know, it's very difficult to get into customers, and this medium just allows us to be able to do that. So if there's any special requests for product demonstrations, we'd be pleased to help you with that. We have another question, AVR touch probe. What is that question? Yes, it does come equipped with a touch probe, or can be equipped with a touch probe. It's an option. If somebody just has 2D measurements, then you don't need the touch probe, but the touch probe is an available option for you. Yeah, so the accuracy of the machines, the AVX, I believe, is at 2.5.
Correct, yeah, 2.5 plus or minus 5L over 1,000. And the AVR 0.14 is 3 microns plus 5 all over 1,000. So,
Okay.
yep.
Great. So one of the things we've been achieving with the AVX is that combination and blend of large field of view, but then also the resolution of a higher magnification zoom lens. So we've been able to achieve that on the AVX. I think it's going to cover quite a few applications, but you can tailor it, and that's the whole idea, is the system's modular, and we can tailor the builds to your customer's requirements. Another question is the AVX, the 550, the only size? Right now, that's the size that we're introducing it at. As we get more feedback and we find out what the other, call it sweet spot is from a travel size or measurement volume range, we will be introducing new models. What we want to do is come out with just a couple models that cover the span of the range of measurement applications that most of our customers have, rather than having too many, because that just is an inefficient model. So in time, we will develop another 1 or 2 sizes. On the AVX, can we use all 3 sensors in one program? So that would be touch probe, telecentric lens, and zoom lens. Yes, you can use all 3 sensors in one program. Okay. All right, well, I think we've run about a half hour. That was our goal time, was to do this at about 30 minutes. And we really appreciate everybody tuning in. I know there's going to be a lot more questions after this, and perhaps you just didn't get a chance to send it in via chat if you're only on a phone connection. So please reach out to your product specialist or send it to one of us directly. We'll be glad to answer your questions. We appreciate the opportunity to deliver this presentation to you today. And thanks for your attendance, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you.